Hey, good afternoon. Just a quick tutorial on how to navigate in Submittable. Once you get that email from Submittable saying that the ranking team has made new assignments, it normally shows up like a list. So say, for instance, if you got 10 assignments, it'll pop up the name. So from there, you can click on the names, but what do? Once you click on the name and get over into the application. So that's kind of what I'm going to show you from here. So let me open up Submittable, and we'll go from there. So you should now see my submittable screen, depending on the name and the round. As you see, this one is in round 2 that has already been reviewed. Like right now, we're in our round 3. So you'll normally see that up here. So I'm just going to click on this first one. Chanel or Channel, I don't know how that's pronounced, Standing Rock. So let's click on that name. And once you click on the name to open it, this is what you see. You will see like this here. Now, you won't see these numbers because you won't see these scores. That's just because my permission is different. I will say, note, here's a cool feature. You can toggle back and forth here to make that smaller, make that bigger. Okay, so just grab that little bar and move as needed. Here on the left-hand side is your application. So if you scroll down, that's all your application information. And then on the right-hand side, normally this is what you'll see. You will see your name here, and you will see this black complete review. So all you have to do is click on complete review to open up the rubric. And this is what you use when you're actually scoring each application. So I'm just going to talk you through this first section, and I won't do them because I'm not going to actually review here on the recording. But the first one is for the goals and plan. So the candidate has outlined concrete, realistic goals for the future and demonstrates a plan for reaching them. And of course, you see here is from 1 to 10, emerging is 1 to 3, proficient is 4 to 6, and exemplary is 7 to 10. And so you give them your number, your prospective number accordingly. Next section is impact. The candidate explains how her education will benefit herself and others in the personal statement. And this can be demonstrated, of course, by her career choices, volunteer service, personal care, giving, or etc. Okay, likewise, 1 to 10, same formatting here as to how it breaks out. Grit and persistence is the third category that you will provide a score on. Same here, 1 through 10. That 10 being the highest, 1 is the lowest, okay? Next section is for the references. And for each of the references, there are 2 that you will provide a score for, and they can only get up to 5 points for each reference. So there's reference 1, and then you have the other one for reference 2. Okay, and so let me just scroll down. I want to show, let's see if either one of the references are missing here. Sorry, don't mean to make you dizzy. Okay, so this is a pretty unique one in the sense that it does not have either of the letters of rec that were submitted. So see here, it says request sent. It was sent back on January 31, 24. And if you scroll down a little bit, this one was sent on January the 31st. So neither one of them have been received. If they had been received, you would be able to click. It's like a little drop down here that you could click on, and it would open up where you would be able to see the actual file. But since they do not have one, guess what they get? They get a 0. So for these, I would give them a 0 for 2, and they would get a 0 for the first one as well. Why? Candidate's reference is negative or missing. Okay, so there's nothing that you can review there. The last thing is the overall application. So you score the entire application, not just the references, but with the goals and plans, grit and persistence, all of that. You want to look at every area, that she has in this application and where does it land. Of course, again, here you got emerging where you can give her a 1, proficient 2 to 3, or exemplary 4 to 5. And I would recommend that you always utilize this overall application notes to provide any color commentary or feedback about an applicant, excuse me, as you're going through scoring them. So you would want to put that there. Another recommendation as you're going through, I would maybe just kind of make me a little note somewhere. This is why this overall application notes are helpful. So make some notes here. And if this is your first few, I would not, I repeat, I would not submit the review. I would click on Save Draft. Reason why I would save draft now, automatically saves like every 30 seconds or so. But this gives you the opportunity to move on to another reviewer without submitting this, because sometimes you just kind of need to read through a few to get a feel. So if that being the case, you can save draft, and guess what? This handy dandy arrow up here will let you toggle. I could go back if I wanted to, but the reason I don't necessarily go back, I've already completed that review, right? Okay, so I really want to go forward to my third one. Okay, and watch those numbers up there. And what you want to look for is this, is when you see this little sign here that says you have a, it's black and it hasn't opened up. So that lets me know that I need to complete this particular round. Okay, and so you will go through this process all over again. As I see this one, since I'm here, it looks like they're missing one letter of rec. So let me scroll down really, really fast. I'm sorry. Hopefully this is not making you dizzy. And this is true about the letters of recommendation. As you see, this form was completed. So this is the little drop down that I was talking about. See, if you click it, how it expands, and you just scroll down just a little bit, and the information that you're looking for is here. These questions, these are the questions that we've asked them to write about on behalf of the applicant. And from there, you can now score and or complete the score for the recommender number one. But again, as you see, recommender number two was not submitted. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and note that in here. For Rec 2, it's going to be a 0. And I didn't write a note in my previous one. LOR is short for letter of recommendation. Number 2 is missing. Okay, that's a nice little handy note that you can just put in there. And I'm going to save draft again. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed this quick tutorial just as to how you can navigate and how you can move forward once assignments have been made and submittable to you to review these applications. So happy reviewing, and as always, please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much. Bye for now.